What is cracking, people? Let's walk through what to kind of expect today. I'll start with GU because it's already played out what I wanted to play out. We've got this decisional demand of our internal range on the 15-minute. We've actually come into it, and now it's pushed away. So what I'm looking for now is a way to continue from here. So what I'm kind of expecting is I need this to be a trap, which it should be. And I'm looking to trade through this. So all I'm looking for on GU today is literally just a continuation entry model. And I'm looking to trade back through this. Realistically, where I'm kind of heading for, the first, I would say here. I think it makes perfect sense. That is the new internal structure cycle we've created. We may actually get a bit of a reaction off of here. So what you could do is kind of mark this out here, and that can be, a demand you target. But given we are bullish, we've come into this bullish spot now. I am expecting a new higher high through this 4 hour to come and take this 4 hour point and take the previous day high. I would say this is just going to run, and it's not even going to give the entry. We've got about half an hour until open, and it's looking like it's just going to run. EU, more or less the same thing. We just don't have a lot to work with. So we've got this inducement here, and that is the decisional of more or less the break. And I'm happy to use that. I'm just looking to push up off of this. We don't really have any structure, unfortunately. It has created an internal structure cycle here, and I imagine that is the divergence on GU. So you could use that as a divergence and look to trade the same entry model as GU. So look to trade through this point like that. It's just not looking likely. EU is actually the worst pair. I much prefer GU, but like I said, it's probably going to push through here. I don't really want to take a trade from anywhere else in this range. Like, I think it is coming for the high. Yes, it is reacted out as 4 hour point, and that is more or less the internal break here. So it should be coming for this high. So hopefully we can get a buy-in. AU, I'm not even going to bother trading. It's still off limits for me. We've obviously had this inducement here that mitigated this area, and then we've pushed up. We've then had our slow retracement down and push. We've then taken that retest, and we're in the area of decisional at the moment. I just view it as untradeable. And the DXY on the 4 hour looks like we're just coming bearish. So it mitigated more or less this entire area. I would like to keep coming up. It's just not looking like it's going to. That news last night kind of is messing it around. Like, we haven't really moved all week on the DXY, and that's been prevalent in all the other pairs. I would say this week has probably been the more lackluster week of trading. And this is why. We're just not getting any movement, realistically. From Monday, which was here, we're sitting in the same range. We're very, very range bound this week, which means we haven't got much to take. So I think that's kind of the best bet. What was that? 630. We'll see if that was the same. Yep. So that's more or less a divergence. I don't see EU needing to come any lower. I think that divergence there holds enough weight. So these are the two things I'm looking for. Like I said, nothing on AU, but I would really, really like to buy through these points. We've just got to try and find a way in. It's just not looking necessarily likely at the moment. Yes, there can be a lot of people buying in here, but I think it's more likely that people would be selling from these Asia highs, especially given that internal break. People wouldn't necessarily have this point marked out, but we've taken a lot of liquidity. I do like when we build up liquidity above a point like this, especially when it's previous day low and we take Asia low and we mitigate this point. I would like to just continue buying like that. So we'll keep an eye on it. Any questions, let me know. I still think we're coming for these highs here. I think it makes perfect sense. So we will play that as we go. I'm going live with the group today, so if you're in that premium, I'll see you in the live. And if not, let's finish off the week strong, and let's continue on.